Quick disclaimer before we get started, I don't live in Milan anymore and I am no longer a student at Istituto Marangoni, but here is how you can become one. Hi friends, it's Tashay. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about how I got accepted into Istituto Marangoni Milano and how you can do it too. I want to give a quick shout out though to Astia Scari 5528 for giving me the idea to make this video because she asked if I could answer some of these questions for her. So shout out to you, girl. Thank you. I'm gonna try my best to answer these questions and also incorporate my story and what I did without making things too complicated and without rambling too much. Let's get into it. First question, how do you go to a fashion academy in Italy and how is it? This is exactly what I did. When I realized that I wanted to go to Istituto Marangoni, I went onto their website and you have to pay such careful attention to the admissions requirements, especially if you are coming from outside of Europe. As an American, I needed to submit a good handful of legal documents. So for instance, I had to send them a copy of my passport, copies of my last diploma, and my academic transcript. They want to make sure that you reach the academics, the study level, because in Italy, high school is 5 years. So you have to have something equivalent to that. So in my case, in America, we study high school for 4 years, and then I went on to get my associate's degree. So that was the equivalent to the 5-year requirement for Italy. Aside from the legal documentation that you have to send in, they also have their requirements for what they want for you to submit with your application. So for instance, I had to do a statement letter, just kind of explaining why I wanted to go to Marangoni and what inspired me to pick that school and etc. In order for your application to be sent to the school, you have to pay a 4,000 euro enrollment fee. You have to pay that fee in order to send in your application. Another thing that I did was I got in contact with the school directly. So Marangoni has different university campuses all over the world, and I was directly connected with an advisor that shadowed the Americas. And that was literally the best thing that I could do, because after getting in touch with the advisor, he helped make my application process so much easier, I promise you. So that's the thing. Basically, short answer, pay really close attention to the admission requirements. To answer her second part of that question, how is it? Being a fashion design student in Milan, Italy is the ultimate experience, honestly. The workload, the assignments are endless. And it feels like you're never caught up. No matter how much work you do, it feels like you are never caught up, because it's just assignment after assignment after assignment. At the same time, you have to remember that they are preparing you not only to be a fashion designer, but to be able to just get thrown into the fashion world, the fashion industry right out of school, and know exactly what you need to do. It's really intense, but it's worth it. And if you're passionate about it, you're gonna do it, babe. Italy is known for having some of the best academics in the world, and you definitely have to live up to that as a student there. The next question, can I get a scholarship? Yes, you absolutely can. Marangoni, they give out scholarships every year, I believe. I think with the scholarship applications, they are a little more picky. I did apply for the scholarship. Unfortunately, I didn't get it, but honestly, there's a lot of talent in Marangoni, so please give it to somebody who really deserves it. I don't know how many they have per year, and I don't know the exact amounts. I think the one that I applied for would have taken 5,000 euros off of my overall tuition. But yeah. Next question, is there an exam or portfolio for bachelor's? Thank you, you are living my dream, girl. Oh, so sweet. Honestly, I'm not living your dream anymore, girl. To answer those questions, once you send in your application and the school looks through all of your documentation that you had to submit, they send you an exam that you have to do. It's really short, pretty simple, but it's like a knowledge exam. They want to see how much you know, how knowledgeable you are on the fashion industry and fashion designers and all that stuff. So it's I think mine was what, 15, maybe 20 questions? No, maybe it was even 10 questions. If I remember correctly, we never talked about my exam results, but you do get your exam results like immediately after you submit it. So that's the only exam that you have to submit with the application process, or you have to do during the application process. But yes, there is also a portfolio that you have to submit. With a portfolio, they give you a variety of things that you can submit, and you don't have to stick to one category. You can, you know, mix and match and like send different things. You can do mood boards, collages, like personal projects, sketches, and like drawings. And I think there's like 2 other things, but I can't remember. I think there's like 6 things that you get to choose from. But for me, I submitted photos of a personal project that I completed on my own. I hand crocheted a top, so I submitted that, and then I also did, majority were mood boards. I'm not going to show you guys though because I'm a little embarrassed. The really cool thing about Marangoni is that they don't require you to have any previous experience or previous, you know, background in the fashion industry. Like, they teach you from scratch. They're definitely open and willing to give everybody a chance, and I think that's amazing because the fashion industry is so competitive and it can be very intimidating, especially if you don't have prior experience like somebody like me. So yeah, just be confident in what you do, believe in yourself, and push yourself to be creative, and you will be fine, honestly. And be careful too. Thankfully, the advisor that I was working with, he informed me of this. The fashion design program is only a 1-year program, and after that you get a diploma. It's not a bachelor's. So if you want to do bachelor's, you would have to sign up for the fashion design and accessories in women's wear or menswear. After the first completed year, you decide whether you want to specialize in women's wear or menswear, but at the beginning it's a mesh of both, and that is a 3-year program. That's what I was in, and after that you would get your bachelor's degree. It's an AFAM course, and it would be the equivalent of a bachelor's degree in Europe, and I believe in other parts of the world. The amount of credits is the equivalent to a bachelor's here in America, especially too. So yeah. Now I will talk to you guys about my experience at Marangoni, because genuinely, I've opened up about this in my previous videos. I did not like living in Milan, but I absolutely loved being a fashion student at Marangoni. I will admit it did take me a little bit of time to get warmed up to the school, because at first I had some doubts about it, but after like the first 2 months, I was like, you know what, I really enjoy this. And just the school itself is really nice. It's very clean, the aesthetic is very modern, and it gives you like that real prestigious feel. It just makes you feel legit, you know? And I will say you should be prepared, because it is a very prestigious school. Like, you have people from literally all over the world attending fashion school in Milano at Marangoni. So the people that you see on the runways for Fendi are like basically the same people that you're gonna see in Marangoni. For me, my experience like making friends and stuff was really nice, because I feel like we left our friends and our families back home, we moved to this completely foreign city, and we are all just open to making friends and meeting new people. So like literally making friends was a breeze. Everybody's so welcoming and like eager to meet people, and it just enhances the experience. I know one thing that a lot of people think about, or that can be kind of intimidating for people, is like the whole language thing. There are English speaking courses and Italian speaking courses. So the teachers, they do speak good English, some better than others, but of course you can just ask for, you know, them to slow down if they're talking or something. But for the most part, I didn't have any problem understanding the instructors. I don't know if that's something that you should let, you know, discourage you or like scare you away, because overall they do speak good English, so that shouldn't be a complete worry of yours. One thing that caught me way off guard was getting there and seeing just how many students are actually in the school, because they admit 20 students per class. And when I heard that, or when I found that out, I was like, oh, perfect, it's gonna be very like intimate and very close and just like very one-on-one. No, it's not the case at all. Keywords: per class. So there are a lot of students. I promise you, I'm not over exaggerating when I say this. There's a cafe, a bar on the 5th floor of the school, and every single time I went up there, I swear it was a different group of people. Like, faces were never really familiar or recognizable unless they were like people that I were like I was friends with. So yeah, there's a lot of people, because you have to remember, there's all the English speaking people from all over the world, and then there's the Italian people that go there, and they try to alternate the days between the English speaking classes and the Italian classes. There's a lot of students at Marangoni, and one thing that I didn't like was that I felt like the school was a little too small for how many students there are. For instance, it's really difficult to find an area to work in the library because it's so small if you don't get there early enough. But I feel like the school being too small is something that you can overlook. Genuinely, I would rate my experience at Marangoni for the 4 months that I was a student there probably like an 8.5 out of 10. It's a nice school and it's in a really nice location. It's literally a block away from the most expensive street in Milan. There's a Gucci store right across from the school. So yes, it is an experience. It really is. Genuinely, I do think Marangoni is a good school. Everybody is so supportive, and like, especially since they know that there's a bunch of foreign students coming from all over the world, they take extra measures to make sure that they help you get things figured out, help you get situated and settled in Milan. They give you as many resources as they can, and they always tell you, like, if you have any problems or if you need help getting a permesso di soggiorno or your codice fiscale, like, come to us, like, we can help you first, you know. So they're very, very supportive. So yeah, just honestly follow your dreams, do what you think is best for you, and if it doesn't end up working out like how it didn't in my case, at least you did it, and you can now say, you know what, at least I tried, and I failed trying, but I'm not gonna go on with that what if later on in life, you know? It's always just worth trying, and I'm so extremely grateful to just say that I even did something like that in my lifetime, you know? So it's amazing, and I would encourage anybody to just do it. That is it for my video. I hope it was informative. Like, I hope you guys got the answers that you wanted and were looking for. And again, if you are thinking about applying to that fashion school that is thousands of miles away from home, do it. Absolutely do it. You're not going to regret it. If there are any other questions that you guys have that I didn't answer in this video, please feel free to comment down below. I read all of my comments. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please stay tuned because there will be more. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao!